Stevie Nicks was born on May 26, 1948, in Phoenix, Arizona, into a household where music quietly shaped her early imagination. Her grandfather, a country singer, often sang to her, and those early moments created a deep emotional connection to storytelling through music. Frequent moves due to her father's job meant she rarely settled in one place for long, but that constant change helped build her independence and imagination. As a child and teenager, she began writing poetry and lyrics, drawing inspiration from artists like Janis Joplin and Joni Mitchell, both of whom showed her that women could carve out powerful spaces in rock and folk music. With her first guitar, she slowly turned private writing into songs, laying the foundation for her future as a performer and songwriter. High school years and first bands. During high school, Stevie met Lindsey Buckingham, a connection that quickly grew into both a creative and personal partnership. The two eventually joined the band Fritz, where they performed locally and even opened for major acts like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. These early experiences gave them a real sense of the scale and energy of live performance, teaching them how to hold an audience with confidence and presence. After Fritz disbanded, they continued as a duo, refining their sound and artistic identity. Their album Buckingham Nicks, 1973, though not a commercial success at the time, reflected a raw honesty and musical chemistry that would later become central to their careers. That project ultimately became a turning point, opening the door to something much larger in the years ahead. Fleetwood Mac. Breakthrough. Everything changed when Mick Fleetwood, of Fleetwood Mac, heard their work and invited both Stevie and Lindsey to join the band in 1975. Their arrival reshaped the group's direction and energy, bringing in a new blend of emotional songwriting and melodic strength. The self-titled album Fleetwood Mac introduced audiences to Stevie's distinct voice on songs like Rhiannon, which quickly became iconic. The band's next album, Rumours, 1977, became a defining moment in rock history, capturing the emotional turbulence within the group while transforming it into timeless music. Songs like Dreams showcased Stevie's ability to turn personal feelings into something universally relatable. During this period, she emerged not just as a member of the band, but as one of its most recognizable and influential creative forces. Solo career and artistic identity. In 1981, Stevie Nicks launched her solo career with the album Belladonna, which reached the top of the charts and established her as an independent artist. The record included songs like Edge of 17, along with collaborations with artists such as Tom Petty and Don Henley. Her solo work allowed her to explore a more personal and introspective side of songwriting, focusing on themes of independence, loss, and emotional reflection. Albums like The Wild Heart and Rock a Little continued to build her identity beyond the band, proving she was not defined by a single group or era. Instead, her voice and writing style stood on their own, shaped by experience and artistic instinct rather than trend or expectation. Challenges, reinvention, and endurance. Throughout her career, Stevie faced the pressures that often come with fame, including constant touring and personal challenges. Rather than stepping away, she often turned to songwriting as a way to process and understand her experiences. Even during difficult periods, she continued to perform and record, showing a steady commitment to her craft. Reunions with Fleetwood Mac in later decades reminded audiences of the group's lasting chemistry, while her solo tours demonstrated that her connection with fans remained strong. Her performances retained the same emotional intensity that defined her early years, but with a deeper sense of reflection and maturity. Over time, she became known not just for her music, but for her ability to adapt and continue evolving without losing her artistic identity. Legacy and influence. Stevie Nicks remains one of the most influential figures in rock music, with a career that has spanned decades and multiple creative eras. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame both as a member of Fleetwood Mac in 1998 and as a solo artist in 2019, a rare achievement that reflects her impact in both contexts. Her music continues to inspire new generations of artists who admire her storytelling style, emotional honesty, and distinctive presence. Beyond awards and recognition, her legacy lives in the way listeners connect with her songs, often finding personal meaning in her lyrics. She helped redefine what it means for a woman to succeed in rock music, not by fitting expectations, but by shaping her own path and staying true to her artistic voice. Top of form, bottom of form.